Hi, silly. You ready? Okay, so, as I was saying, with this rope harness, it will still give her a slight correction when she pulls too hard because it tightens in on itself, but at least it's redistributing that pressure and force along her neck and her chest and her stomach area, and not just centralized on her neck. And also a good benefit of a system like this for now is just the fact that she can't back out of it, whereas with some harnesses, when dogs get scared, they can easily back out of them, and that could be a bad situation, especially when it's fear-based that they're pulling and trying to get away from things, because they could quite easily get away from whatever that they were scared of, but then run into traffic or things like that. So that's why we are just working with her with this for now, and then as soon as we can find a good fitting harness, I'll probably transfer to that. The first session for today is just going to be trying to get her used to the leash pressure and responding to it. A lot of times with clients, when the dogs start pulling, and I saw this with you as well, which is understandable, you'll ask them to not pull or ask them to stop or slow down, which is good. But for training purposes this time, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna just be waiting and let her figure out what's going on with the leash tension and then activating it back and forth. And I'll kind of show you what I mean. Good girl, come. Oh, it's okay. We have people here, so she's a little shy. Morning. Good girl. We're gonna try to make this as positive an experience as possible because we want her to listen to us and the leash pressure, and we want her to feel rewarded for doing so. So it's more about guidance than correcting at this point. So trying to get her up and following me. Gonna try to coax her. Good girl, come on, let's go. Come on, I know, come on. Good girl, come on. I know, come on, up. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good. Yes. And what we want to try to work with as much as possible, it's going to be difficult, is more momentary pressure than continuous. Good girl, come. Yes, good girl. So getting her to come and then releasing the pressure as soon as she complies. Good girl. Yes, good job. Come. Yes, good girl. There you go. She's still a little shy, and there's a lot going on in the neighborhood right now this morning, so we're just gonna take it slow. I have the cone set up here for a visual aid, both for the dog and sometimes for the handler. I'll be able to show you how to do these things without the cones as well, like in a real world exercises, but just for the sake of this tutorial, what we'll be going for in this session is just kind of walking and deciding on where to go through the cones, and then whenever she overshoots or goes the wrong way, creating that tension. Yes, good girl. And then as soon as she responds to that tension and turns to face the correct way, we reward her and mark it. There you go. Good girl. So shy. You're so shy. Good. So I'm just going to concentrate on going in between the cones. Good girl. Good girl. And now I want to go this way. So now that leash is tight. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. And that mark moment that we're looking for is when she notices that the leash is tight and where I'm going, and then she follows. Good girl. And so when she comes to me and follows, I'll always give her that praise and a reward. Later on, we can wean off of the treats with every other redirect or so, but especially at first, we want to just encourage her and let her know that she's doing the right thing by following us. Very good. Good girl. So now that she's overshooting that way, I want to cut her back in between these two cones. So I create a little bit of pressure there. Yes, good girl. I don't tell her to not pull. I don't tell her, you know, as soon as she recognizes, I have her come. But I want to do as little as possible, so that way she's actually thinking about what to do in the situation when she feels pressure, and she acts on the right thing to do. Yes, good girl. There you go. Good. So now I'm going to turn around on her. Very good. This way. Good girl. So you kind of see she almost went the wrong way on that cone, and all I did was held the leash at a pressure to kind of make it like an artificial boundary, and then rewarded her for when she switched directions and then went the right way. Good girl. So same thing here. If she starts overshooting, yes, good girl, this way. Perfect. This way. Yes, good. Perfect. So you can kind of see why I have the cones there, to kind of help with giving more direction and more precise movements on where to walk and where not to walk. But a lot of handlers just do this with like the 180 rule. As soon as the dog starts pulling forward like that, we turn and start going the other way. Yes, good girl. Very good. Now she's getting distracted by the dogs barking. Yes, good girl. Very good. Good job. Yes. Good girl. And that'll be important when you're just walking in a straight line or you don't have enough room to kind of turn left or right. But for the sake of this exercise, we're just going to make more turns, because it forces her to pay more attention to where I'm going and what I'm doing. Good girl. Yes. Yes, very good. And that way she can feel rewarded every time she feels that leash pressure. Good girl. And this will help too, especially in cases when she gets scared and she feels that leash pressure. If she knows to come to us for comfort, and it'll also release the pressure, we'll hopefully eventually teach her when she gets frightened by something, instead of running just away from whatever it was that scared her, if she feels that leash pressure, to run to us. And that will help greatly with dogs that are skittish or unsure or scared. Good girl. And so that's another reason why I don't really want to correct her for when she's pulling, because I want to make sure she knows why that pressure is happening. Good girl. Very good. And I also don't kind of want to correct her or punish her for when she's pulling because she's scared of something. Especially if she's unsure of a situation, you want to just do your best to kind of comfort and guide her into the correct thing to do. Good girl. So right here? Yes. Good girl. Very good. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Very good. Okay. So because it's so hot, we leave the car running, and we usually just give her breaks. Same with her boarding mate. So that way they can cool down for a bit, get some water. And what we'll end up doing is, usually 2 or 3 reps of this. So about a 30-minute session in the heat. And then we'll give a break and then do like an actual neighborhood walk. So that way you get some real world practice in as well. Good girl. But that's all I'm doing right now, is just really encouraging her to follow me. Very good. And then letting her know when there is leash pressure to automatically, on her own, turn and look for me and try to catch up to me or figure out where I'm going or what I'm doing. Because it's that action that she does on her own accord that's going to help her personal development, as opposed to just listening to our commands. Good girl. Okay. Well, one more. Come here. Say hi, Mom. Sit. Good girl. Very good. Good boy. Come. So I still had the cones out from working with Indy, his new boarding mate, earlier. So I thought we would just use them again here to show you another one of his warm-up practices here. Good boy, yes. I'm distracted by the traffic, big guy. Yes, good boy. Oh, I'm going this way. Good job, good boy, good recovery. Good. So we're just gonna warm up with the same routine as usual, but this time too, since he's been doing so well, I might start a little bit of more of like the heel work or some closer leash exercises. Yes, this way, good boy. Okay. So all I'm doing is a little bit of what we were just naturally having to do out in the real world, learning to lengthen and shorten the leash to help with not going in the street or avoiding obstacles or objects. So I'm going to be having him a lot closer, maybe like 2 or 3 feet. Good boy. And then guiding him through the obstacles. So now he will have a lot less leeway before the tension kicks in on the leash and he has to follow me. So a lot more micromanaging, but the important thing to note here is we still want the leash, good boy, to be loose. So that way when it does get tight, it can still, yes, good job. It can still give him that feedback. So we went from having him all the way on the freedom leash to more of like a normal style length, which is like the 4 or 6 foot. Yes, good boy. This way, very good. And now we're ever so slightly inching in more onto kind of like the heel work. Yes, good boy. And you kind of see that even if he's close, I want to try to keep the leash nice and loose, so that way as soon as he overshoots, good boy, it just creates that tension for us naturally. And when we get into even tighter heel work, you'll have even less space to work with, but then as soon as he moves a little bit out of that space, it'll give him that leash pressure again. So really like starting to micromanage the behavior. Yes, right there, very good. And that's why it's really important that we start off with teaching him that leash pressure and getting him used to redirecting off of it. So that way we can make these like minute changes like that, good boy. Okay, and then bigger change, good boy. Okay, and then a small change, perfect, good boy. And I'm just using the cones as a visual aid, but you'll be able to kind of do this exercise just kind of walking around, making turns, starting and stopping, things like that. Good boy. The main thing is to know where you want to go and you want to know where you don't want him to go. Like right there, he was thinking about going outside of the cone. I gave a little bit of pressure, same here. Good. Now I want him to go out this way. Now he's gone out too far. Good boy, good. So right there, because he was overshooting, I just let the leash build up momentum because by unraveling itself. And so that way when he hit the end of it, it naturally gave him a harsher correction or a stronger signal because of the fact that he had more momentum behind it. So he is the one doing the corrective force. I'm not adding any jerking movement or anything. If I wanted to guide him, I would just add some constant pressure, like right here, where I'm turning, good boy, but then I still want to release that pressure as soon as he follows. So really getting used to handling pressure, when to use it, how to use it, how much force to use, things like that. Good boy. But the main goal here, yes, very good, is to still try to keep the leash as loose as possible. Okay, so now we're going to tighten up the space again, and we're going to do some tight weaves. So go this way, and then this way. Good boy. And then tight weave this way. Yes. Keeping him in on my left side, using my body as well. Good boy. And then back in this way. Good. So you started overshooting, and then we just gave that slight correction. Good boy. And then back to keeping the leash loose. There you go. Good. See? There you go. Good. So now we're really super micromanaging the leash and him to help keep a consistent and tight heel. Now, the better that he gets used to just walking next to us, the less micromanaging that you'll have to get. But most of the time, he's just kind of breaking because of distractions in the environment, which is natural. And that's why it's good to just keep on letting him know when he does the right thing. Yes, good boy. What is that? Yes, come here. Good boy. So that way he feels encouraged to keep on following us, and he doesn't get discouraged by the leash pressure. Very good. Good boy. You ready, big guy? I'm gonna go this way. Wait. Very good. And back this way. Wait. Very good. Almost thought he was going to keep walking. That was good. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Got distracted by the person there, but then he is just redirecting all on his own when I start walking. That's perfect. Good boy. Good boy. So we no longer have to really pull him from his distractions as much as just give him that praise when he redirects himself back to us. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Very good. You're doing so good, big guy. We'll do one more leash tight practice round, and then since it's a really hot day, I have the car running with the AC. Gonna give him a little bit of a break in the AC and some water, and then we'll do a couple more reps. Good boy. Yes. So once again, the leash is, even though the leash is short, it's still loose until I need it. Good boy. There we go. And then it's loose again. I'm not holding the pressure. I'm not pulling him to where I want him to go. I just let him know when he starts going the wrong way. And then as soon as he starts going the right way, I release that pressure again. So right here, pressure, good, no pressure. Good boy, pressure, no pressure. Pressure, no pressure, good job. Good boy. Pressure, no pressure. Good boy, very good. Good job, big guy. Come on, let's go take a break. Good boy. Good girl. This way. Hi. Good, man. How are you? Oh, good girl.
Nice little pair you got there.
They're good pups. Come on. Sorry.
Friendly?
Yeah. This one's just shy.
Oh,
There you go.
You're not shy. You're
Good boy. Bernadoodle.
A what?
Bernadoodle.
Bernadoodle?
Yeah.
You look
Good
like a
girl.
dog. 7, huh?
Yeah, her mom says she's like a cattle dog mix. Yeah. Good girl.
Oh, hey, hey.
She's doing good.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can see her tail's tucked just a little bit.
Oh. Good girl. Good boy, big
No
guy.
problem making friends.
I'm hoping he'll help her warm up a little bit.
Yeah. Rub a little off.
Right? Take care, man. Thank you. Good job, guys. Good job. Alright, easy, big guy. Good. So this time, today, wanted to go to the park, but it looks like it might be raining later. So we're just doing a social outing for both the pups, with a secondary working on just leash work. Good boy. Easy, big guy. Good. So just making sure that they only make progress when they're not pulling on the leash. And just getting to absorb and meet people as they come and go. Good boy. Good weight. Shadow, come. Sit. Good boy. Indy. Good girl. Come. And sit. Good girl. Shadow, that is not yours, bud. That is not yours. He's greedy, huh? He's greedy. Shadow's like, me. Good girl. Down. Good boy. Alright. Just gonna try to give them some breaks to redirect and for treats. Good boy. Easy. Good job. Yes, good boy. Good. Good boy. Okay. And kind of once again, you can see Shadow's excitement really kicking in. Good boy. Sit. Yeah. So really trying to slow down the walk and getting him to check back in with me a little bit more often. Good boy. It's gonna be good. Easy. Good job. Good girl. Very good. Come. Good job. Now, because Miss Indy here is less excited with the environment, she's still able to concentrate on that leash pressure in this kind of situation, whereas Shadow, on the other hand, is more so absorbed and excited in the environment. So that's why he needs more of a reminder. Good boy. Easy. Yes. Just using some leash pressure and encouraging her this way. Good girl. Good. So the same thing will still apply. We want the leash to do most of the work with having them start and stop. And we want to just try to keep the leash as nice and loose as possible. Creating a boundary. There you go. And then continuing to walk. Increasing linear pressure. There we go. Very good. I know. Got that trash in there, huh? Practicing name recognition and recall. Shadow. Yes. Indy. Good boy. Good girl. So she heard but got disrupted by the car, by the big truck there. Good girl. So it's really important to not rapid fire commands, and a good instance like that is the fact that she heard and registered, but she got distracted, and so instead of just reiterating the command that she was still in the middle of executing but just got delayed, I just used some patience. Very good. Yeah. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on Shadow's, oh, watch out, Shadow's excitement and Indy's fear right now. Okay. Good boy. Gonna stop here in the middle of the ramp. Sometimes too, especially steep inclines or slopes, dogs will naturally want to move faster down them. So interrupting that train of thought. Good boy. Oh, here you go. Okay. And waiting for Indy's attention here. Very good. Thank you. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Gonna untangle him and continue on. Yes, good boy. Good weight. Good boy, yes. Good. So just seeing that Shadow is just getting excited and going on autopilot for a little bit there, I decided to just stop and wait and let the leash remind him of what he should do, which is just pay attention to where I am, which way I'm going. So same thing here. Good boy. Good boy. Same thing again. Good boy. Good girl. Good potty. Good boy. Yeah. Good girl. You did good. Yes, good boy. Hi, how you doing? You want to say hi? Say hi. Good boy. Good boy. So just use some leash pressure there because I couldn't see what he was going to get into, and then just waiting for people to cross. Good boy, good girl, good weight. Alright, and that just goes back to the stop and go. Good girl. So the leash just made a natural boundary for her so she couldn't keep going into the doorway. Good girl. So she's stopping and paying attention to me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and reward that. And he's stopping and we're waiting for people to cross. Good boy, come. Good boy, sit. Good. Good girl. Yeah. Oh, good sit. Yeah, we're giving out treats for listening. Good job. Good boy. Good girl. Hey, how's it going? Good boy. I know you want to say hi. You want to say hi. Maybe next time, big guy. Easy. Wait. Wait. Good boy. Good wait. So instead of just holding him back the whole time, adding that pressure while requesting for him to wait, just like the stop, and then making sure he's doing it on his own before releasing and starting the walk again. Good job. Good boy. And you can tell he's excited, just moving a little bit faster. Good boy. So really trying to take into consideration more so the reasons why they're pulling and adjusting accordingly. No. So here, he's interested in something that's in it. So we're going to take a moment to practice redirecting him from it instead of just pulling him down. Well, I did it that first time because we wanted to get in actually a good practice with it. Boy. So I'm just going to let him linger here. Got distracted. Hi. Shadow. Yes, good boy. Very good. Shadow. Yes, good boy. So really just paying attention to what he's interested in and then interrupting that train of thought by redirecting him. Usually with things like leave it, I'll have him exchange what he's interested in for something that I have. Shadow. Leave it. Good. Very good. Alright, let's go. And then also either using recall or moving along, so that way he doesn't just ping pong back to whatever it was that he was interested in. Just making some space from that item will help. Hi, how you doing? Oh, good girl. Good boy.
Dogs are much better behaved than mine.
Oh.
They just go crazy for any dog.
Yeah, it'll take some. It can take some work. Hi. Good boy. Good job. Hi, boo boo. There you go. Good boy. All right. Good boy. Good weight. So seeing as how Indy was interested in the grass area here and Shadow was interested in moving forward, just holding Shadow's leash as a boundary so that way he can wait for her. Good. So we're gonna just take a quick break here to reset the camera and let them just kind of watch people as they go by. I know, you're so excited. Good boy, easy. Good boy. Good. Yes, good boy. Good girl. Good girl. What kind of dogs do you have?
What?
What kind of dogs do you have?
We've got, I don't know, we've got one. His name's Timber. He's like a bit smaller than that one. And he kind of just, he is a puppy.
Aw.
So he like
That's understandable.
But we recently did get him to figure out how to go through the dog door, so
Oh, nice.
yeah, that's great.
That should save a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Cool. Good boy. Good girl. Come here, Shadow. Good boy. Tuck in, big guy. Good boy. Good girl. It's okay. So just doing a combination of a couple different things here. For Indy, definitely just desensitizing her, getting her used to the environment, different people, different loud sounds like the trucks, things like that coming by. And I'll also be taking notes that it scares her, and we can work on some sound desensitizing back at home as well, where we can kind of control the scenario a little bit more just by the volume. Maybe playing some city traffic noises on a low volume where she barely can hear it, and then slowly increasing the volume so that way she just gets used to it. And it'll be really important when you're out socializing, especially a scared dog like Indy, to make sure that you give her plenty of breaks and see how she's doing, because it can be a very fine balance between desensitizing them and getting them used to things and just end up scaring them more or traumatizing them. So you'll just have to keep a close eye on her. And then, of course, with Big Guy over here, we're just getting him out in the world and desensitizing him so he's not so excited with everything that's going on. Because that added excitement will, of course, make it so he moves faster, and when he moves faster, you'll run out of leash faster. Hence the pulling. So, same exercise, two very different things. Boy. And because a lot of times the dogs just spend so much time in the home environment instead of outside, they just don't get as used to it. Just don't get as used to all the sounds and all the people and everything else that goes on. So it'll be important during this day to try to counterbalance that as much as possible by getting them out as much as possible. Hopefully it doesn't start raining on us anytime soon. The weather says that it may be today, and it definitely will be tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be doing an indoor session, social session, and then just practice drills inside. All right, good job. Good girl, good boy. Good. Good boy. So just using the leash as a natural boundary so they can't go too far into the road there. Good girl. Same for the door. Good boy. Good girl. Okay, so I want them to go on this side of the pillar. So just gonna add a little bit of pressure until, good boy, until he realizes what's going on. And sometimes you'll need more, sometimes you'll need less. Because I'm trying to get him used to responding to less pressure, I want to try to use as little as possible at first and then reward him as soon as he breaks, as opposed to just using a large amount of pressure all at once. Those would be, of course, good to have reserved for more emergency situations or redirecting from traffic or kids or a chicken wing on the floor or something like that. Okay. Hi. Hi. Good boy. Oh. Hi. Good boy. Indy. This way. So trying to see what she's afraid of, and it looks like just the sounds. Good girl. Hi. Hmm. Yes, good girl. So just giving a little bit of guidance by walking and letting the leash do the work. I'm trying my best to keep them both as nice and loose as possible. Good boy. So it is starting to rain, just a little bit, but we should still be okay. I'm gonna try to hang out in front of the pet store here in hopes that we get some pups that come in and out for Indy, and that'll be a good opportunity to either desensitize her or redirect her. Good girl. Hi, good listen. Oh, good job. Oh, hi. Oh, good boy. You got the itches, big guy. Shadow. Shadow. Yes, good boy. Oh, look at that big bed, huh? So the difference between socializing and desensitizing and walking practice is just the amount of movement. Because we can also socialize while we're walking, but because I want this one here who's kind of skittish to just get used to things, and I want Shadow to also get used to things so he's not so excited, constantly moving can actually distract from that. Whereas I want them to just kind of focus on what's going on around them. And every now and then I just practice them redirecting back to me for listening. So, Shadow. Yes, good boy. Okay. So seeing that he's distracted by those people walking. Good girl. Hi, how you doing?
What's his name?
This is Shadow. Do you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Good boy. Are you scared? Aww.
I mean, I've got two German shepherds, but I've brought them up.
Oh, maybe next time.
Yeah, bye, Shadow.
Good boy. Good boy. So that's a good reason why, even though he means well and is friendly, you always want to try to control the approaches and interactions as much as possible. Just because some people can be apprehensive, even if they have other dogs, which is understandable. You did very good. Good boy, Shadow. Yeah, you did good. Yes, you did. Oh, hi. Good, very good. And so this is actually really good from Indy. When she's scared before, she would go over to this side and hide in the corner. Whereas now, she's coming closer to me to sit down. It's a much better habit to get into whenever possible. Good boy. Good. Wait, Shadow. Good boy. Wait, Shadow. Good boy. Okay. So we're just working on Shadow's impulse control when he sees people. And we're just getting used to Indy over here with the outdoor environment and people, and especially sounds, as she seems to be more sound sensitive than anything else. You can tell she's still a little curious because she's watching them, but you can also tell by her body language of the shaking and the uneasy posture that she's not the most comfortable right now. Either stressed or unsure or scared. Good girl, it's okay. Good boy. So just letting them move around a little bit. Want to keep just the leash as the boundary that they can't go past when it's tight. Good girl. Starting to rain a little bit. Hopefully we'll have some pups come by. We'll try to hold out a little bit longer before we head back. Just running out of battery. What we'll do on another nicer day is kind of the same thing, but I'll bring extra batteries and we'll do a time lapse. I'll be able to slow things down for when we do have dogs come by. And that'll be good. And or also going to a dog park where I know that I'll be able to have dogs to work with, both of them being excited seeing them and redirecting. Hi, how you doing? Good boy. Thanks. Good girl. Oh, I'm working with them for their parents. She's scared. Yeah, she's scared and he's friendly. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. It's okay. Oh, good girl. Thanks. Do you guys have dogs? Do you have dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
2 Yorkies.
Aw, that's sweet. They're so cute though.
I know, yeah.
Do you want to try to say hi? You want to go say hi, bye guy? Good boy. Good job. See? It's okay. Good girl. There you go. She's a little bit more hesitant, so trying to just get her out to socialize her.
Yeah.
Good girl. There you
Y'all
go.
around here?
Oh yeah, right back there.
Oh, so this is a good
Oh,
place to
good
have
girl.
water then, isn't it?
Yeah, so long as there aren't too many loud cars that go by, because that really freaks her out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Good boy. Good job, big guy. Good girl. Yeah, you did so good. Yes, you are. Indy. Good job. Oh, yeah, you want a treat too? Go ahead and sit. Good boy, good sit. Oh, Miss Indy would like a treat. This one's Indy's. No, you sit. Wait. There you go. Did you get her crumb? Here you go, bud. Sit. Good boy. I'm running out of treats too. Girl. Alright. That was good. We got a few good interactions in. Good girl. Yeah, good weight. He's a Bernedoodle. Yeah, he's just a puppy. Yeah.
Shadow.
Shadow.
Sweetheart.
Oh, good boy.
Good. Look, you're big.
Oh, good girl.
What's his, nature like? Is he very calm?
He's
or-
he's energetic and friendly, so we're getting him used to like seeing people and staying calm, and she's scared, so we're just getting her used to seeing people.
I've got two German Shepherds. That's
Uh-huh.
my concept with me.
Oh, cool.
So I've got two German Shepherds. One is like, typical German Shepherd. But the other one's only got two.
Oh.
He's barely bird.
That's good.
Barely,
Well, at least you have one guard dog and one calm one.
Yeah, one is not a guard dog.
No.
Yeah, the smaller one is instead very innocent.
That's funny.
Shadow.
Good girl. Come here. Good girl. Oh, good girl. Oh. Come here.
You mind me take a photo?
Down. Oh, yeah, you can.
Shadow. Oh, I'm so scared.
It's okay.
Okay, then. It's big for
My
me.
sister, like, she has like dogs, but I've been always been scared of dogs.
He'll be a good one to get into because he's so friendly and calm.
That's definitely not barking or saying anything so far.
Yeah.
You need
He's
some
only a pup.
Shadow?
He's only a puppy too.
Are you ready for a photo?
Good boy. Shadow.
Boy.
Sit.
Hi.
Good boy. That way.
Good boy. Yeah, I
You
got
train him?
Nice. Yeah, I'm training him. Sorry. Come here, big guy.
It's okay.
Good boy. Sit. Yes, there you go.
Oh, that's so nice.
Good boy. Down.
Aw.
Good boy. Oh, yes, there you go. Yeah, see, he's
How'd you do that?
just lots of practice, like playing with him,
Yeah.
getting him used to going up and down. So that way, when you say down, he actually knows what you mean. Good boy.
You got him when he was like little.
I think
Oh no, I'm
he's
training.
not that old.
No, he's like,
He's a puppy.
yeah, he's like 22 months, so
Oh,
almost 2 years old.
Yeah, he's just a puppy.
Mhm. Well, thank you, ladies. You ready to go, big guy?
Bye, Shadow.
You guys have a good
Bye,
one.
smaller girly.
Oh, this is Indy. Good
Indy.
girl.
Bye, Shadow.
Hope you enjoy your visit.
Yes,
Mhm. Aw. So especially when she starts walking away quickly because she's scared is another time that I'll slow things down. Good girl. Just because I don't want her to get into the bad habit of just running away from her fears. And that's something that you'll have to kind of gauge with situationally as well. Good girl. So just using the leash as a boundary and just going nice and slow and consistent. Good girl. Okay. So you can kind of see she picks up pace and runs out of leash when she gets scared or overwhelmed. And just like he'll kind of do the same when he's excited. Good boy. Hi, how you doing? Good girl. Good boy. Come on, Indy. This way. Good girl. Okay. Good. Good. So just letting her get to the end of the leash abruptly, so that way the more that she pulls or the faster that she's going, the more abrupt that force is going to naturally be, so I don't have to really add any additional force. And also just taking note that Shadow likes to get into the trash, so we'll probably do some dedicated leave it exercises sometime for him as well. Okay, so now because they are both going the wrong way around the pillar, we do the same exercise like we did with the cones earlier. And same here, because they're both pulling forward, I'm just gonna wait and have them relax. When the leash is nice and loose, good girl, and she pays attention to me again, we'll get started again. Good girl. Yes, hi. You're a good girl. I know, I'm almost out of treats. That was good though. That was really good because even though she obviously is a little bit spooked and was going up, she stopped when she felt the leash pressure and came back all on her own. Good girl. just checking in with me. Good girl. That's why it's really important when you're out either working on the social skills or the walking or the walking behaviors, to try to pay close attention to actually what they're doing and why they're doing it. Like, it's pretty obvious there that she's freaked out by the big box, so that's why it's important whenever you can to let her get exposed to it, see that it's moving, and see that it's okay. This way, big guy. Good girl. And then once she's not just running away from it, just calmly come down. Oh, we got a missing dog. Oh. Come on. Hopefully they find that pup. It's been missing for a while. Okay. So once again, good. Letting them get to the end of the leash and then slowing down on their own or getting distracted. Good girl. You having fun? Good boy. It's really good to find little spots like that where she can kind of take breaks from the stress of the environment. Let the leash create a boundary there so he can't get too close. Shadow. Yes, good boy. So just preemptively calling his name, because I know that whatever was in that trash can he was really interested in. And that will help a lot. Just being a little bit ahead of the curve as opposed to behind and trying to kind of put out a fire, especially when it comes to things like leave it. And that's why it's really important while you're out and about to just kind of be situationally aware, especially of things on the floor or things that they might be interested in or get into. So that way they don't accidentally ingest something bad and cause a huge vet bill or get sick. Yes, good boy. Good. So he was just getting a little bit too far ahead, so I let the leash run out on him, and then he turned and walked sideways as opposed to continuing forward, releasing the leash pressure on his own. And that's the thing, I want him to be able to explore, but of course just within the boundaries of the leash. So long as it's loose, he can kind of move around freely. It's just that whenever it gets tight, yes, good boy. He just needs to recognize that. Good boy. Good boy. So same thing there. Using the leash as a boundary. Continuing to walk to guide them to the right direction. Good job. Okay. Same thing. Just walking on forward. Good boy. Shadow, Indy. Yes, this way. Very good. Wait. Good job. Good weight. I know, I gotta get some more treats. We used so many already. Good boy. Good girl. Come on. Good. So doing little exercises like that periodically is a great way to get them to re-engage with you as well, especially if it's been a while and you're just constantly walking straight. It's going to be a lot easier for the dogs to check out because you're not giving them as much guidance because they're technically going the right way that you're going. And so long as he's not pulling too much, he's just running out of leash, but he's not moving quickly or anything. Getting distracted by a bug. Okay, so using the leash as a boundary to guide them. Yes, good job. Seeing that he's getting interested in the fake flowers. Using the leash as a boundary. Good job. So notice also how little that I call him. I want to try to keep those on reserve too as much as possible. So that way I'm not having to micromanage too much and I'm just letting the leash and him do the work with thinking about where to go and what to do and where not to go. Oh, we got some thunder. We got some thunder and some raindrops, and it is sunny on one half and cloudy on the other half. Oh my goodness. Good girl, good wait. Boy, good wait. Here, we'll go around this way. Aye. Good boy. Girl. Okay. Good job. All right, and we'll have them both sit one more time. Use the leash as a boundary there. All right, good girl. Come. Sit. Good girl. Shadow's distracted by the rolling thing over there. Good boy. And sit.